The Convenience Store is a first-person Japanese-style horror game where you play as the lone night shift worker in a convenience store. Atmosphere. There's a surreal off-kilter feel for the early parts. The game's visuals make it look like you're experiencing it back on a VHS tape. The character animations and faces are deliberately low quality too. It's all very gnarly looking. By including a day counter, things seem like they're only going to get worse, and a feeling of uncertainty, dread, and apprehension grows as time goes on. You feel kind of helpless being alone in a store overnight, and I felt kind of responsible for what happened to the place. But nothing happens for such a long time, and you're completing tasks left by your manager and serving customers. It induces a suspicion that something terrible is coming. Having to walk into work in the darkness with nothing but a flashlight leaves you yet again feeling like something is going to happen. When the VHS tapes start turning up and displaying strange footage, there's an overwhelming sensation that you're being watched and toyed with. It's safe to say the convenience store builds tension excellently. That's one Harry Mason. Scares. Whilst the game does employ a few brief jump scares, they aren't the focus. The game can inflict fear by playing tricks on you and locking you in a room. It's a supernatural fear as things appear on the CCTV that you can't see without it, and doors refuse to open as if possessed by a poltergeist. The store has a sound that chimes when someone enters, and it slowly turns into a sound to dread. There were parts of the game where I was totally terrified of what was going to happen to me. That's 2 Harry Masons. Sound design. The soundtrack boils down to some vaguely creepy convenience store music, the kind of stuff no one pays attention to and is supposed to uplift the mood. However, it has the adverse effect here. The sound effects are fantastic, some being kind of wooden to give the game that off-kilter feel, but some of them are completely disturbing, like the child's crying sounds utterly painful. That's 3 Harry Masons. Gore. There really wasn't any gore to mention, and the story didn't seem to need any, which was fine. That's 4 Harry Masons. Story. Besides being a lone female shop worker during the night shift, there isn't much in the way of story. You start receiving mysterious videotapes and things start to descend from there onwards. I find it hard to decide if the game is better or worse for not explaining how things came to be, but maybe some backstory would have helped, even after the events. Final score, 4 out of 5 Harry Masons. Even though it's only an hour long, the convenience store really sets a great atmosphere and delivers some frightening moments. Again, I'd like to remind you this whole thing is down to my opinion in horror games, and if you don't share this opinion, then that's cool, I get it. I'd like to point out that whilst I was extremely hesitant to go exploring the shack, I did not scream like a banshee or run away from the computer, and I advise you don't either. There'll be more horror reviews in the pipeline, and thanks for watching. And always go check out Bumps in the middle of the night. Peace.